This is the weather forecast video for Sunday, July the 24th, 2011. Let's first take a look at a photograph that I took last evening of some clouds and some interesting colors of the western horizon just past sunset. Looks very colorful, as you can see. Now let's take a look at the Ragbri map. This is where they'll be riding from Glenwood in the western part of the state to Atlantic in Cass County. The forecast looks to be fairly good, with most of the rain chances over the east. Here's the satellite picture from last evening. You can see some clusters of showers and thunderstorms across Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, and some monsoonal moisture coming in from the desert southwest into the central plains states. Here's the watch warning map from midnight. Severe thunderstorm watch over Wisconsin. Some flash flood watches over Iowa through northern Illinois and also along northern Ohio. Otherwise, most of the nation is rather quiet during the overnight hours. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Thursday evening at 7 o'clock shows most of the precipitation will be across Wisconsin and Minnesota, where some hefty amounts will be, but Iowa will receive between a quarter to maybe 2 inches of rain. Here's the 0Z GFS Model Run at 1 p.m. today. You can see a 594 ridge over the southern plains into the desert southwest with the main storm track over the U.S.-Canadian border. Model shows some showers and thunderstorms, with the better chances likely to be over the eastern half of the state in the afternoon hours, although we can't rule out an isolated shower over the Ragbri route. Monday, Ragbri riders should have clear sailing as they go from Atlantic to Carroll, with decent temperatures in the 80s. Tuesday, the heat and humidity begins its return with showers and thunderstorms possible as a warm front begins to move into the state, which will bring the heat and humidity back for Wednesday. There could be an early shower Wednesday morning across the eastern counties. Otherwise, highs will be in the lower to middle 90s, heat indices well over 100. Not a good day for Ragbri riding. Thursday, a frontal system will move back into the state, a cold front, and this will trigger some showers and thunderstorms once again. Before that, highs will be in the lower to middle 90s, heat indices over 100. Friday, that front moves through, could be an isolated shower, especially in the southern and eastern counties. Otherwise, temperatures will fall back into at least the 80s with lower humidities. Saturday will be dry as Ragbri ends in Davenport, with temperatures in the 80s, lower humidities, and mostly sunny skies at that time. Sunday, a week from today, the 31st, the 594 ridge begins to pop back up again just to the south and southwest of the state, with a trough over the Pacific Northwest and over New England. With that could trigger a shower or storm as warm air begins to push back in from the south and west. Temperatures will be in the 80s to maybe low 90s across the south and western counties of the state. We head into Voodoo. Here's August the 4th. You can see that ridge, although the heights are lower, still over the southern plains and into the desert southwest, with a trough over the Pacific Northwest. With that, there could be a shower or a storm, albeit it'll be fairly scattered about. Temperatures will be about average, highs in the 80s statewide. And at the end of the forecast period on August the 8th, trough over the Pacific Northwest and over the eastern Great Lakes in New England, with a ridge popped up over the Intermountain West and Plain states. And with that could be some continental conditions with some Canadian air with a high pressure over Lake Michigan that could bring some temperatures at least into the lower to middle 80s by that time. Thank you for tuning in to the weather forecast video. We'll have another one tomorrow.